Hola amigos, Dr. LeBrun here. Today we're going to take a look at Chapter 4 for Spanish 1. Alright, let's take a look at our objectives. So we want to practice vocab. I'm also going to put a link in the comments section below for a Quizlet where you can practice. Then we're going to be taking a look at ER and IR verbs in the present tense. How do they conjugate? A verb that is slightly irregular, ver, to see. And then some infinitive phrases where we can start putting some real Spanish sentences together. All right, vamos a empezar. All right, so just a little bit of practice with the vocab to start. A little bit of a warm up here. ¿Cuál es tu comida favorita? So you might start by saying mi comida favorita es, and then give an example. And then on the flip side, we could ask ¿Cuál es tu comida menos favorita? And again, you might say mi comida menos favorita es, and then fill in the blank with an example. So it's important that you know how to say things that you like and don't like, so when you go to a restaurant and order, you can get things that you want, and make sure that you don't get things that you don't want or might even be allergic to. All right, how about a little bit more practice? Let's try putting together a menu. So escribe una bebida, una comida, una fruta, un legumbre, un postre. So hopefully you know what those words mean. Take some time to work. Otherwise, we'll go over some examples in just a moment here. All right, we're back. Una bebida, a beverage. You might say un refresco, agua, limonada, leche. Una comida is a meal. So it could be pollo or beefsteak or cerdo. Una fruta, a fruit. Could be manzana, naranja, uvas. Un legumbre, a vegetable. Papas, lechuga, broccoli. Un postre, a dessert. Could be flan. All right, so those are some examples, and we'll keep moving on here. All right, how about ER verbs in the present tense? So hopefully we're following on last chapter with the AR verbs, and we want to look for some similarities, but also some differences between the ER verbs. So we're going to take a look at comer, to eat. So notice the endings, como, I eat, comes, you eat. Él, usted come, he or she eats. Nosotros, nosotros comemos, we eat. Vosotros, vosotros comáis, y'all eat, just used in Spain. And ellos, ellas, ustedes comen, they eat, or all of you eat. Okay, so these endings are going to be the same for all of the regular ER verbs in the present tense. How about some IR verbs in the present tense? Notice they're pretty similar to the ER verbs, but just we see that I in the nosotros form. So yo escribo, I write. Tú escribes, you write. Él, ella, usted escribe, he writes, she writes, you write, the formal version. Nosotros, nosotros escribimos, we write. Vosotros, vosotros escribís, y'all write. Ellos, ellas, ustedes escriban, they write, or all of you write. All right, let's take a look at a verb that's just slightly irregular. So ver is an ER verb, which means to see. And notice just slightly irregular in the yo form because we're supposed to drop off the ER, and that gives us our root. But notice that they have the root as VE, and then they're adding the O. So just slightly irregular, not very irregular, but ver, to see. Yo veo, I see. Tu ves, you see. Él, ella, usted ve, he sees, she sees, you see, the formal version. Nosotros, nosotros vemos, we see. Vosotros vais, y'all see. Ellos, ellas, ustedes ven, they see, or all of you see. And for the proper pronunciation in most places, a V is going to be pronounced like a B as in boy. All right, well, let's just take a quick practice here. So see if you can figure these out. Just pause the video if you need some time to work. Otherwise, I'm going to go over the answers. So they eat, we see, I write, you live, she reads. So we need to figure out the verb and then break it down to the root of the verb and then figure out which ending we're going to put on. So pause the video for time to work, and here's the answer. So they eat, ellos comen. We see, nosotros vemos. I write, yo escribo. You live, tú vives. She reads, ella lee. All right, let's move on to some infinitive phrases so we can start putting some sentences together. Deber should, and an example, tu debes estudiar. Notice how I'm conjugating the first verb, but then I'm not conjugating the second verb, and that's what they mean by an infinitive phrase. How about tener que, you have to. Tu tienes que practicar, you have to practice. Ir a, to be going to. Yo voy a leer. Acabar de, to have just done. Yo acabo de comer, I just ate. So now with these infinitive phrases, we can also use ir a to talk about the future tense, and then acabar de to talk about what we've just done. So we're really expanding what we can say, even though we're just conjugating for the present tense. It not only allows us to do that, but also talk about the future and also the past. All right, let's give a practice here. And a couple words to keep in mind: to do. Hacer is to make or to do. Algo is something. Ahora is now. So see if you can figure out how you could answer these in a sentence, and you can work with a partner, or you can write it down on a piece of paper, and then I'll give you some sample sentences in just a moment. ¿A dónde vas hoy? ¿Qué tienes que hacer hoy? ¿Qué es algo que acabas de hacer? ¿Qué debes hacer ahora? So in our first one, ¿a dónde vas hoy? Where are you going today? You can say, yo voy a escuela. I'm going to school. ¿Qué tienes que hacer hoy? What do you have to do today? Yo tengo que estudiar. I have to study. ¿Qué es algo que acabas de hacer? What's something you've just done? Yo acabo de comer desayuno. I just ate breakfast. ¿Qué debes hacer ahora? What should you do now? Yo debo escuchar. I should listen. Okay, so that's all the information for Chapter 4, not too tough. Hopefully, if you follow along with all these videos, you'll be good for your first semester test. All right, stay tuned as we prepare for our second semester of Spanish 1 with chapters 5 through 9. All right, gracias por mirar. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, click that subscribe button. It's going to give you free Spanish test prep video access. I'm Dr. L. Adios y buena suerte en tu examen de español.